Alright guys, I'm going to teach you in this video about how generational trauma actually impedes future generations. So if you feel like you're suffering from things that really have nothing to do with you, this is a great video. So pause, like, save it, share with your friends, put them on game, and let's get into it. Now, the bulk of this video is going to center around a scientific article that I read about how racism is actually passed down generationally and how it can also be related to other generational traumas that people are enduring in today's day and age. So what we did in this experiment as scientists is we took lab rats, okay? We took lab rats, we showed them an image of a color, hence obviously this is about racism in this specific science experiment. And we showed them a color, and every time we showed them that color, guess what happened? We gave them a little zap. Now, it wasn't enough to kill them, it wasn't enough to startle them, but it was definitely like how you do to maybe like a dog or something, like a correction. And in that process, every time we showed them the color, we gave them the little zap. So eventually, what happened with enough repetition? Those rats anticipated the zap, and in instances where we showed them the color and then didn't actually initiate the zap, what we realized is the body memorized those situations where they were zapped when shown that color and immediately braced itself. Immediately its body tensed. Immediately the heart rate accelerated. Different things like this. Now, mind you, I'm giving you the Cliff Notes version of this, and this experiment that I read was a while back, so I'm curious to see if anybody else has read this. And then what did we do with those rats? We essentially bred them for a few generations, and we performed the same experiment. And maybe I think 3 generations or 4 generations down the line, we just showed the great grandson and daughter rats the color. And guess what happened? Those rats, although they had no experience of being zapped when shown a color, immediately had the same reaction as the original rats in this experiment, showing you how when something traumatic happens to you from your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your mom, your dad, whoever it may be in your line, those memories, especially anything that involves potent emotions, which obviously racism, colors, things like that, it all is very emotional, right? Is actually passed down in the body and in the offspring, because that emotional memory impressed the subconscious mind to a point where the future generations are being affected by it, even though those rats may be born in a lack of racism. Kind of makes you think. And if you guys are interested in unlocking subconscious limiting beliefs that you feel may be holding you back, I have a course called Persistence of Resistance.